Okay, we are live. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, we are live. Here we go. Here we go. Yep, sound is coming through. Could you say something, EJ? Just want to make sure the levels are coming through.
Hello, hello.
Nice. Okay, it's working. Hooray. So, is anyone else in here? Oh, hello. Teller Gold. How's it going? So, yeah, welcome, Teller Gold. Glad you could join. Um, would be cool to introduce yourself, but if not, that's cool too. I think today is going to be focused on some work that EJ and I were doing in the open source land under edit code with AI. So the backstory is this is what powers the VizHub edit with AI feature, which, by the way, just got an upgrade. Let me demo that real quick. Let's try I don't know, React Tailwind. Just as a demo. Like, make me...
Can you share your screen into the
Oh,
Discord?
sorry.
No problem.
There we go. Thanks for letting me know. I thought it was there. So make me a landing page for a bakery. I don't know. The prompt is random. I just want to show this, which is finally it shows you the live feed from the LLM.
Nice, that's crucial.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad
I
you
like the
think so.
vibe of it too.
Oh, thank you. It's very minimal and like just a first version, but at least now you can see what's going on and you're not just staring down a spinner.
Yeah, you can see it working and it makes sense. You can kind of see, you don't need a progress bar if you can kind of see where it is in the code.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And plus, using this edit code with AI and the LLM output parsing thing, I'm in a position to. Oh, look, I'm trying to scroll, but it keeps scrolling me to the bottom. That's a usability bug right there. But anyway, when it starts a new file, I developed a streaming parser so that it can tell us when it's starting to edit a certain file, and then it outputs the lines of the code. And so the next step here is to make it more like bolt.new or Lovable, where it actually shows the editor and like opens up the VizHub code editor to the file that the AI is editing, and you can just see it appear with syntax highlighting. So that's like the next frontier of this, but finally I just got something to work basic. I'm curious to see what this comes up with.
Yeah, boise typing. Goodness gracious.
Right? 3.7, not afraid to spit out a lot of tokens.
No, for real. I'm kind of like I've been, except for the high-end Tailwind CSS design polish, I don't really use 3.7 that much.
Interesting. Yeah,
It's
fascinating.
pretty good at one-shotting, I guess,
Yeah,
sometimes, but other than that, it wreaks havoc on code bases.
right. I'm glad to hear that because I've experienced the same thing. I use Aider all the time, and 3.7 is like this reliable workhorse kind of thing, is how I feel with it now. And when I try 3.7, like I only would try 3.7 if 3.5 like fails to do the thing. But then I with 3.7 I notice I have to really really clearly set it up. Otherwise it goes off
It's
the
also
rails.
much more of a liar. Like, I catch 3.7 making up data a lot,
Oh, really?
like way more than 3.5, which is kind of funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Damn, that shit looks great. Shit looks It looks so good.
Damn.
Okay, I guess or it made a whole website. I guess it typed for a while, but did it pull in images? What are you talking about?
See, like you said, 3.7 is great for one-shotting. Baking is love made visible.
What are you talking about? Does the menu work? This is why webs. Have you played with WebSim yet?
No.
WebSim is kind of a similar concept as like Towny or Bolt.new or any of them, but it's more, I would describe as like Robloxy. Like it's got way more of like a community and almost like a high schooler energy where like it gives you points if you use other people's AI creations, but this is all prompted. Like everything you're seeing is a prompted creation
Oh yeah.
that people make and share, which is kind of interesting.
I did come across this site some time ago, and I was sort of confused by it.
They
Like,
don't make it easy to understand what there's a lot of like in everything in AI like a weird mysticism around it or like the
yeah.
behind the curtain aspect of not being super clear what is AI generated and what isn't. Well, Anita,
No, your audio. Something wrong with your sound. Do you have to select the input source on it? Yeah, this is cool. But you can't see the code here, can you?
that's like the whole gimmick is that all you do is talk to, and that's why when people make cool things, it's super magical because you know that they didn't code it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does. It's got a weird, like, toy creative vibe
It's
to.
made by robot. It's clearly made by like the whole interface, everything about it. You know what I mean? Like
And is it like a business or?
yeah, it's this guy Rob Hazefield. I haven't investigated a ton. It started as this weird little backrooms experiment, but now it's kind of pivoted. I don't know if they took funding or whatever, but it's clearly got like some like Web 2.0 gamification energy now.
Yeah. Nice design with the hearts and everything. You can take some inspiration from this maybe. I kind of want to like redo the whole UI of VizHub with like Tailwind, make it super clean.
Just make API endpoints and we can make VizHubs of your endpoint. You know what I mean? Like you don't need
Yes,
to ever change the code base again if you just design the endpoints and like make the VizHubs be able to take over the Chrome. Like then you're, you know what I mean?
that's right. All right, let me close out my bakery site. This is insane how good that is. So yeah, let's talk about that real quick. The REST endpoint needs to happen, and I really want
Yeah, I
to.
have Coach already ready to use it too. Like once it exists. His fucking example was a little heavy, by the way. I was just wanting
Yeah,
a prompt. I just want to send a prompt to get back a URL.
right. Yeah, send prompt and get back URL. And I suppose the starter viz, or maybe not. Which reminds me,
You're
there's
gonna need to give me a URL before it's done. Like you're gonna give me a URL while the robot's writing to it, I think.
yes, I think so. So I've been working up this new interface. Thanks to Nita for the push on this. Is your sound working yet? You need help? So this is like very rough first pass, but it's Tailwind. So we got Tailwind in the system at least, and we can upload a data set. Let's see what kind of data set should I. Wait a minute. This is where the live stream is tricky. But anyway, you can upload as a CSV file. So let's say like we get the iris CSV, download that, and then select that here, and then say make a scatter plot of this data set and just say generate visualization. And the UX on this is terrible, and it might not even work, but this is the direction, at least, for like a user interface that's more, hopefully more accessible. So like you could just come to the site and make a data viz without even having to think about like what is your starting point, what tech stack you want. But anyway, EJ, let's get into this stuff here. If there's nothing else that folks here want to discuss, I was thinking we could do a live share session. Would that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Um, I do want to get the human grader working if we
Yes.
can.
That's the goal. That's right. All right, I'm going to start the live share and send the link.
Thank you.
I'm still not getting your sound. Nita, is it working? No, you got to join the voice channel general. No. Does your headset have like an attachment that's missing or something? All right, next time we got to
You
work out.
shared your workspace with your entire life in it, but that's okay.
Oh, that's all right.
As long
Whatever.
as that's okay with you.
That's fine. Yeah, it's pretty much all open
Poke
source.
around currentkeller.com real quick. Let me just
Yeah, I mean that's open source anyway. Actually, it's a fun it's
go
an
in.
Astro blog. But anyway, edit code with AI. Let me see if I'm on the latest.
All right, let
And
me follow
actually,
you.
I should use the terminal in VS Code, even though I hate that so much. So you can see it and we can both type there. I think you can type there, right?
Yes. Negative. I cannot. It's read only.
Hmm.
Let me in.
How do I how do I
Probably Command Shift P share terminal, something like that. Or if you open your live share tab on the
Oh,
left in
that's a
your
thing.
outline.
Rewrite. Nice.
See, you're not on a Mac, so I can't do any fun stuff.
Right. Well, Linux is a different kind of fun.
Well, normally I could like you don't have say
No, but I have tree.
whack unhelpful.
Yeah,
This is
you could tmux into there.
no, we can't. We can't. It doesn't look good on my screen. I made bad choices. Can we get out of it? How do we?
Oh, are we in are we in tmux now?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I'm
You got
out.
it. You got it.
I'm back. We're back. Sorry.
So
I'm really
npm
sorry.
test, just sanity check.
Yeah.
Should be good. Oh, that's stupid. We can ignore that. It's I've
The
been
robot failed. We didn't fail. The robot failed.
I've been like it's supposed to ignore this for the testing. I think there's a vtest config, but I don't want to sort of waste time on that. It's a silly thing. But we can run, the main thing is npm run benchmark. And I believe all the responses should be cached and already generated. Yeah, see
Looks like
that's
it's running.
yeah. So it's not actually hitting open router because it's already cached on the file system.
I totally forgot. There's a new fucking frontier model on OpenRouter that's like some sort of weird, crazy conspiracy secret.
Oh yeah.
Quasar Alpha. Let's give it a shot.
I did see that. Where is
I'll drop it in the general chat.
nice, thank you. Yeah, I saw that the other day. It's
This is a cloaked model provided to the community to gather feedback. It's apparently faster than 3.7, more accurate. I'm curious whom it is from. It's quite large. It
yeah,
has
the
a
whole
million token context window, so it should be pretty good at coding.
the whole idea of a cloaked model. What? So Open Router must be knowing what company this is.
That's correct. It's only through OpenRouter, and so that's like I don't know. I'm really falling in love with OpenRouter.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, I mean it's so amazing that we can like every time a new model comes out, I'm like, oh, just add it to the list in VizHub, and all of a sudden everyone can use it.
But then you can do npm run grade. No,
I do want to add that here. Boom, there it goes. But yeah,
nice.
we should be able to say npm run grade. I absolutely love the idea of this. So this is for everyone watching. This is EJ's contribution that was in a PR that got a little messed up with the Git history. But the idea is amazing, which is that you can have it's like almost like visual benchmarks. So instead of unit tests for the AI generated code, it will create a whole runnable page like a viz in VizHub, and then you can just open it up and grade it and say, did the LLM do a good job or not? And I'm really looking forward to using this to figure out what the best starting point is, or have a curated collection of good starting points that work well with the AI, and also figure out, how we can prompt it better and what models work best. So this is what we're up against. This is as far as I got. So it's not serving the right directory or something.
But yeah, I was talking to my mute button. So I'm editing grade result player right now, which I think is that thing we're looking at.
Nice.
And basically, I want to load the benchmark results
Yes,
from the CSV and start like using them to know where the images are, and then
that's
using
right.
that to like put the grades back into the CSV. I think I'm not making the server properly or something
Now,
so that I can't get the results.
I was wondering when you were working on this, did you get this to load?
Negative. No, this is all like one shot robot PR.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, great. So we're really developing this together. Amazing. Okay, so where's the server? Is it in here? No, it's
We'll check the package JSON, see what like npm run grade does.
CLI.
CLI.ts. Okie dokie.
Yeah, so this is supposed to start a server, right?
Yeah, do you not see where it does that?
Oh, server equals start grader UI.
Okay.
Create grade server, grader server.
Jesus.
HTTP. Okay, so
Yeah, we don't like this.
this is pretty raw, pretty rough.
Yeah, we could just serve that HTML file with like MPX HTTP like server or whatever. You know what I mean? We don't need to do all this.
Right. And this might be easier for just to do it with Express.
Yes. So you can delete core?
What is core?
No, it does.
See, what I was gonna do is actually just refactor core into a bunch of smaller files and then take it from there.
I suspect if we get that CSV loading, that HTML, like we'll be able to see stuff. Like that's the main blocker there, I think.
Exactly. Exactly.
So just run an Express. Yeah, you can delete a bunch of this shit. Just run an Express server with what's this file? Grade result player in the like whatever folder it's in. Is
So
that
I'm
in
going
bench?
to.
You could just run it in the root.
All right, so
I
I'm
want
set
my
up.
own terminal.
Yeah, can you have your own? That would be nice.
I don't. Maybe.
Can we have two
Hold
going?
on. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me see. Edit
I'm
code
not sure.
API. No, you gotta. Can you make a new one and then share that with me?
Yeah. It looks like there's another one here. Is there a
Yeah, I
share?
tried, but I can't write to it.
Oh, so I have to do the
Just do the Command Shift P thing, I think.
Command Shift P. Share
Share
terminal.
terminal.
Read write.
Read write. Hooray!
Hooray. That would be cool to split off into like another window. So I could see you typing. Does it work? Can you type in there?
I'm trying. I think I can. Well, it doesn't seem like I can use any of them anymore. No, no luck.
Really?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not stressed about
Share
it.
terminal, read write. Hmm. But it was working before.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I'm just gonna get rid of this.
It looks like there's 4 shared terminals. We only need 2 of those. So
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah, and they show read write.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Great.
Hell yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to refactor this. Oh, crap. The terminal here is a little hard to use. Yeah, actually, you're onto something.
Like if you just hit grade result player on 8080, can
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Well,
so,
no, no, go back. It's on the root. It's in the root if you go back. Yeah, grade result player.
oh, nice.
Yeah, so we're just missing that benchmarks CSV, which ain't there because it's not looking. It's not looking for it in the right place, I assume. It's benchmarks.cache, or where does that live? Did I hallucinate the concept of benchmarks.csv?
No, it's there. But so it should be under benchmarks.
Results?
Results.
Yeah.
We don't
Okay,
need
so we just
that
gotta
results
fix.
directory. But hey, whatever. We can just
No, whatever. Results. There, refresh.
nice. Here we go.
Okay, closer. So we should be loading an image and then giving you an opportunity to rate it both on technical and aesthetics. That is the concept.
Yep. Okay, cool. So we got to work through this image. Or you know what we could do is even just load the running thing in an iframe.
Now we're talking. That's smart. I like that. So now we have two servers. We heard you like servers.
But yeah, that's a little complicated. You did go through the whole thing about generating the images, which is amazing. So maybe let's use.
I did go through that whole thing. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. There's like a whole Puppeteer browser to generate the
Yeah,
images.
right. So let's leverage that. And you know what? I was thinking it could be the ideal workflow is like you see a ton of images, and just based on the images, you can definitely say if it failed. You know? So maybe the ultimate goal is actually I was thinking about this a lot the past couple days. The ultimate thing that I want to see is a big list of all the images, and then for each there should be like a thumbs down and a thumbs up, and if you click thumbs down, it just goes away.
Yeah, it's like a big grid. Or just you use draggables and you throw them off to the left or to the right.
Yeah. But then if you say thumbs up, then you can get like a
You
full
go into the
screen
deeper version.
player where it actually runs the program and you can interact with it, and then you give it the detailed grades.
That makes sense because a lot of it does do a lot of like hover interaction stuff that won't be visible.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Especially if we as we get deeper into like building out the challenges, which I want to do. So, oh, someone's on video.
Hello.
Is your sound is still not working? Are you just muted? Can you unmute yourself? Testing? No? All right, we'll work that out for next time. All right, let's get these images in. These images are image source. Where is that? I have some unsaved changes here. I don't think we need to save anything here. So there's something like a blob.
Yeah, it's just we just need to add results. Maybe like, do we make benchmarks visualization? Like, does that thing exist? The file, your file explorer is insane.
So benchmarks,
Yeah,
visualizations,
yeah,
model comes first,
nice, thank you.
and then challenge. Now, this
Uh,
is not good because it's actually using the there are slashes in the model IDs,
yeah,
which
and it's making them into folders,
and
huh?
it's making them into folders. So we could just roll with that and say model.split.
Split. Yeah.
Or actually, it's fine.
Why are you letting the robot boss you around, dog? That's crazy. Just gonna let a robot bully you like that.
Yeah. Right, right, right. I mean, the goal is to get it to work and then refactor.
Do those outputs even show anything? Like,
Yeah,
if you just click on one? Like, if we look at one of those. Oh,
this
oh,
is
cool.
sick.
All right, great.
This is
Amazing.
exactly. This is amazing.
Yeah, this goes hard.
So like it does go hard. Let's see uh a list of these
All
results.
right, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. We should just reenact the insane folder structure the robot gave to us.
But you know, I think it's fine because there's slashes in the model name, there's slashes in the path. It'll work out just fine.
It just works out.
Now, I'm not understanding why there's a blob. Is that intentional?
No, I don't know. Maybe so we can put them all into, I don't know. Robot thought it was
Because
cool.
okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just delete this whole idea of the blob, and then just use the
Yeah, just
source.
put the URL in there.
Image source equals.
Yeah, great. Love it.
Oh, this
See,
is
this the type of
HTML.
simplicity that, yeah, that's why it's generating the blob because it puts it in it like inserts it or whatever the fuck it does.
Yeah, just we use VizURL is. Oh crap, my clipboard got messed up.
That's the hardest thing for me to understand with Vim is the weird things that happen to your clipboard when you delete. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly
I
what you
can't
mean.
really, I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Yeah,
VizURL is this.
love it.
And we just need to use result dot. Or
Nice.
rather,
Yeah.
destructure it
Oh, fancy.
so we can just use the simple version.
Fancy, fancy. Cool.
All right, that might work. Let's see.
Feels very promising. Ah.
Not yet.
Starting slash. Uh, slash anthropic slash add. We don't actually really have the problem in the URL. Hello.
Right.
We just have output in the model. How do I do? I want to do.
And some of these don't have like images. Some of these are. Did you do something where like you marked certain challenges as visual and non-visual, or is there no distinction?
I did not make any distinction.
Because I think it could be the slash. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna copy one of these paths and just see if I can get it to load in here. Yeah, that works.
Nice. So
So benchmarks. Maybe it's a matter of some of these didn't generate images.
well, we should be seeing at least some though, right? Like we know the images are in there in the
Right.
path.
And we know that like this one
Benchmarks
worked. So
visualization
stock
slash
price chart.
challenge. But it's not really slash challenge. That's what I think the problem is. If you take out slash add on that or slash stock price chart, that's what the output is. We only have one. We don't have multiple challenges. I think the challenges are rewriting output.png.
Hmm. So
You
that's
know what I'm
what it,
saying? Like if you go
yeah.
into your local, it's just Nova Micro V1, no challenge, output.
Right. Oh, we just removed challenge.
Yes. But then I don't know if we're missing, you know what I mean? Or we're overwriting output.png for every challenge.
Well, one of these actually worked. And so it was benchmarks, visualizations, and then the challenge first. Hold on, the challenge comes
That's
first.
correct. Yeah, challenge comes first, it looks like.
Let's try that.
Let's start the first one.
No.
That looks like it should be it.
Aha!
There's a few.
There it is.
Nice. So we're just missing some?
I think some of them just
Oh,
didn't.
non-visual ones, I bet.
Yeah, the non-visual ones just didn't generate images. Wow,
Yeah,
this is
it was
great.
like, what do you want me to do? That's really funny, actually.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, you want multiply? Here's your screenshot, I guess, of multiply.
Oh, this is it.
So we should put these in a grid because that's a
Yes.
fail. This a couple of these, right?
This is great progress, though. Let me make a commit. Oh, no. Okay. I lost my terminal. I'm still. Oh, yeah. Nita's asking, like, what is going on here? So, what it's doing is this is going to be the foundation for the visual AI benchmarks for VizHub. And what it does is there are these challenges that have partial solutions, almost like an empty viz that you fork. Like you fork the hello HTML example and then give it a prompt to visualize this data or whatever it is. Actually, let's look at the challenge just so everybody's on the same page.
Yeah. The robot wrote the challenge, by the way, so this is like all new to me. I quote unquote wrote the code, but it's a lot more like my buddy wrote the code and I made the PR.
Awesome. So the challenges are right here. So we have some stock data, and the challenge is add. Let me see the stock challenge, stock price chart. So this is the prompt.
Yep,
Cre-
pretty simple.
create a bar chart with some step-by-step instructions, and that's pretty detailed.
Well, this is not only to test the models, but to test our prompting. So
Yes.
now that we know how well they do on this, I think you might make a new one, a fork of this challenge, stripped down, where you remove steps two
Yeah.
to seven and see how those look.
Right.
Right. And then what you're rating is not only the model, but also your prompting of the model, which is
Right.
what I want to do to make sure that our prompts for VizHub are as effective as possible. Right.
Yes, that's exactly right. So in my mind, there's three like pillars or whatever of this whole editing with AI. One of them is the model choice. The other one is the prompting, like the prompt template, like the formatting instructions template that comes with the Edit with AI library. And then the third piece is the starter points, the starting points, and like the structure of the code. Because like I find AI works really well with React examples, and it works really poorly with my like V3 runtime with the hot reloading. It just doesn't understand it. Um, so we want to optimize all three. And so what we're seeing here is that same input fed through different AI models. So this is Claude 3.5 Haiku, which is the weaker of all the Claudes, and it did a decent job. Yeah, is DeepSeek in here? Like QWQ failed. Let's see, Deep. Yeah, DeepSeek. This is what DeepSeek did. It made a mistake with the bar alignment, but basically it works. But this is the kind of thing that could be an issue with our prompt. Like maybe we should say, definitely you need to use a scale band, not a scale point. Something silly like that. All right, so let's get this to be like a grid. I want to see all these at once. I want to be able to zoom out.
I want to send, I have a little example. I was doing this on MCP servers. So I
Hmm.
did a little experiment of like different ways to visualize them, but I really liked this example. I just dropped it in the general chat of like a big silhouette, like a huge grid of all the parameters. You know what I mean? That you can see
Hmm.
all at once.
Yeah.
If you scroll down a few, it's like the third or fourth image down the page, I think. Yeah,
Whoa.
you see that. You know what I mean? Like I ran a bunch of different parameters and just put them like where you can
Yeah.
visually and you can kind of pick like intuitively, like, oh, I like that one. Like that one feels right. Or the one below, the
Yes.
orange one, is a little better. There's a lot more options.
Just like this is perfect. Like I want to see this with a thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, exactly.
This is really cool stuff.
This is all robot. I tried. This is my first attempt at having to do like science, like take like an academic approach.
Yeah.
So like we scraped. There's this site called Smithery that's like an MCP server directory. So we scraped every single MCP server, and then embedded them, and then like figured out like what the categories are and like where the densities are of like where people are making servers.
Oh
Because
wow.
I wanted to know like where are we missing servers? You know what I mean? Or like where can we combine two kinds of servers to make something that nobody's made before? Just because everyone made one right away, right? So like it's
Right.
like when you're mining for gold, you don't want to go where everybody else is.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if there's an index like with NPM and open source. Like I always look at the number of downloads, the number of stars. Like, is there any metric like that for the MCP
It's so
servers?
funny. They have downloads, but it's so new that like the downloads was borderline useless. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like there's just not enough data there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. And hey, pulling in MCP is another thing I want to look at. I don't know how
I don't
exactly
know.
that.
I think it's a nerd snipe for not a lot of benefit right
Maybe.
now. I think just wait on it.
Yeah.
I wasted a lot of time on Coach already with MCP stuff. I would caution against it.
Hmm.
It's not as smart as you think. It's a standard interface. It wants to be talked to like pipes in a terminal,
Yeah.
not like a real API. You know what I mean? So it's kind of funky. You said something earlier about marking the tests as visual or non-visual, the challenges.
Yeah.
Maybe we should remove them or do that marking so we don't try to generate screenshots for them, so we don't have all this empty space,
Yeah.
maybe, and
Yeah.
or make a grid and or talk to Aider, who I've never talked to.
Oh, Ader's great. Yeah, so like the whole add multiply, like that was just me figuring out basically how to set this stuff up. I really don't care about it. I really only care about the visual ones.
I
So
think it's good in it as an example of like an atomic unit of a test, though.
right. And also
Pretty good.
it provides a good baseline of like what the lower end LLMs can do too.
Yeah, for sure.
Cuz like the add function or the square function, like that's a pretty easy challenge. And even like Llama 3.7b got this one, I think.
Why don't you make one of these like a leak code pro like a nice like double pointer thing? You know what I mean? Like make it a little more advanced.
Yeah. I mean, once the infrastructure is set up, then the fun part will be building out all the tests.
Yeah, you're right. It should be as oh bro, we got to prompt tests now. I want to say robot add a new challenge. Here's the kind of challenge. That's how I made all these, by the way. I
Oh,
want a
yeah.
challenge that is in this shape. Please add it.
Right. Yeah, prompt the robot to add more challenges. And then I think what's going to happen is we're going to end up removing the easy challenges. Because then other, or I don't know, split it off into like the easy version and the hard version.
I think you had it right, visual and non-visual, right? And I think there's a bunch of low-level non-visual tests that like if you don't pass these, you don't pass Go,
Right.
right? If you're, you know what I mean? If you can't multiply, you're not important D3, and you know what I mean? So like it saves us tokens also. Saves you tokens, doesn't save me anything.
Check it out. There's a type visualization.
Oh, way to go, robot.
So I guess that's already done, which is awesome. We just need to hook into that. Type is visualization. How do we hook into that? Can
Honestly, my good friend, I didn't do it because I wanted to leave it to you, but you probably want to have like a Next.js or whatever front end that
yeah.
runs this instead of a
Oh yeah.
dumb generated
Oh
HTML
yeah.
file.
I mean, I tell you, I'm excited because once we unlock the basic working thing, I'm gonna go and port this to something else, probably React
I mean,
Router.
just tell the robot to start now. Like,
Yeah,
turn the static HTML file into a React front end that we can run, please.
let's do it. So I made that commit. So actually, yeah, that would set us up for success, really, because this, I don't like editing a giant
No, I hate it. It's
HTML
like
file.
just enough to get us to the point we're at now and no further.
Yes, that's exactly right. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm excited about it. So I actually fell in love with React Router, like, because version 7, they just released it. It seems really good. They merged it. It merged the Remix project into this.
I don't know what any of those things mean.
So there's Next.js, which I've tried. I don't like it. It's too
That's the
bulky.
Vercel one,
Yeah, it's like owned by a
right?
company. There's sketchy stuff around it. So the best alternative to Next in my book for a long time was Remix, which was like a more minimal version that did the same stuff around routing and server-side rendering and everything. But then that got merged into React Router. And so let's do it. Let's npx create in a subdirectory. Let's see how this goes. I mean, ideally we could get to a point where this actually like shows the data.
I mean, give it a real name. What are we doing? Create React router? Make it like grade result player or something.
Yeah, I mean it's just in package.json. I can always change it.
Let's make the folder name thing. It's gonna be a whole thing, man.
It will be.
Tell it to stop. Do it the right name.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you.
Grader app.
Nice.
It's going to be a weird like subdirectory package JSON setup, but over time
Yeah,
that
it's gonna be wild.
over
Well,
t-
it also makes you could get submodule into its own repo at some point soon, which might make sense.
right, yeah, yeah. I would probably want to split out this whole benchmarking thing into a separate repo because the edit with AI package is like just maybe that
Yeah,
should
it's
just
not benchmarks, it's the editing.
right, and the benchmarks will feed into iterations of it, but could live separately. But yeah, the next big thing will be to get these grades back into the CSV, right?
Yeah, I think you like do a session. I think it what we're missing is the first part where we have our grid where you can see everything, and then
Right.
you just quick fail any that fail,
Yeah.
right? And then you once you quick fail, you jump into rating. So everything you didn't fail, you get an opportunity to rate on aesthetics and technical. You probably show the code, which we're not doing. So you can like
Right.
see if like the 3.7 is constantly lying to me. Like it just like made yeah, I mean it draws the SVG bars and is like, I made a bar chart for you. And you're like, no,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like there, you need some way to catch that. And then you just give it the rating at the end of the session, you save right to the CSV.
Love it. So I'm gonna start using Aider to like scaffold out this new app. So I just like add all
This
the
is my
source.
first time seeing Aider ever. This is incredible,
Oh,
actually.
really? We don't need the SVG in the context. That's silly. So you can call add and drop to modify the context, and this is all what's in your context. And then here's what I'm gonna do. Where's our HTML? Ah, this one. So copy relative. This is the workflow with Aider. Copy relative path. And then instead of add, which makes it available for editing, I'm going to say read only, which is makes it available as a reference only. And then let me say build out the app to do what this does.
Nice.
Well, I gotta see what it does.
Precise.
And I think I'm on 3.5.
There you go. That looks pretty good.
Yeah. So are you typically using Claude 3.5 for your work, or if you found a better one?
I literally try all of them, like, because I'm in Cursor, so I just have the little drop down, so
Hmm.
I can kind of just give everyone a shot. I'm mostly between 3.5 and 3.7. Like, I'll usually give
Yeah. Same here.
3.7 the first opportunity, but then the third or fourth iteration in with 3.7, you're digging a hole. So I usually like back it out and then 3.5 it if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that happens like 7 out of 10 times probably.
Yep. Okay, it did the thing.
Mm.
So now in the other terminal, I'm going to go cd grader
How
app
do you start it?
npm
npm run
run
dev.
dev,
Fun.
and then it comes out here.
Cool port.
Let me, oops, I stopped it by accident. I want to share this with you so you can access it.
Uh,
Oh, I'm
you
trying to do
can live
control.
share that port. Command Shift P live. Command Shift P port something
Ah, share server
server. Yeah. And then you give it the port 5173.
5173.
Beautiful.
All right, see if you can access that.
Uh,
Local storage is not defined. Why are we using local storage anyway? Oh, so I just paste
question
that into
also.
Aider. Let's not use that at all. I don't know
Put
where
it
that's
there.
being used. It's problematic with the server-side rendering. Okay, look at that. It shows up. Hooray. Now, I don't know what this stuff is.
So I have one of my apps running on the same port that you just shared to me. So I'm sending a bunch of requests from my Vue app to your React app. So that's why local storage was happening.
Oh.
That if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Which I will stop doing now. Because everything in my entire life runs on port 3001.
Yep. So then
I
we
just stopped
just
two different things that were running on 3000.
I'm gonna make a commit because this is something working. And then let's take a quick look at what it actually um, generated. Whoops. What is this? Oh, this is your static server.
Oh yeah, I was trying to load it before. You can kill it, I think.
Yeah, let's kill it because we're gonna pull that in. I'll keep um, the terminal there though, in case you want to use it.
Cool.
So let's check out what it did. The grader app, we got a nice small component for grade results. So it did the thing where it refactored your HTML into React.
Nice. At the top of the page, can you show a grid of ah?
Yeah, go for it.
I can't type past this point, I guess. So it seems like
Really?
it goes buck wild. Can you
Oh, bummer.
show? Yeah, no.
All right, so you have to prompt it in 5 words or less.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe if I expand this window, can you show? No, that's so weird and funny. I just wanted to make the grid
Yeah, so make it a grid.
and don't show non-visualization tests, please.
Yeah, so make it a grid where the boxes are smaller, wrap around.
Yeah, just say 6 by 6 or like you know what I mean, 9 by 9, whatever.
6 per row.
Yeah, nice. And not only visualization ones.
Yeah, so right now it's not actually trying to think where did it pull in results.csv? And I think it did pull it in from your static HTTP server.
Yeah, I mean it has to.
So let me do npm run dev. And this should be eventually serving that CSV, right? But for now,
Yes, and I can access it. What fun! And it made a fun grid.
hooray!
I mean, it didn't work, but
This
it's
is
a
more
fun grid.
like it. This is more like what we need.
Yeah, this is sick. Except it's a little. It's a little. We want a little more two-step grid to this rating. Like this is like what happens once they pass. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like or like when you flip them over. Like there should just be like a simple image-only view before this.
And yeah, like I just want to see thumbs up and thumbs down with no notes.
Yeah, big image. Yeah, we're showing the back of the cards. Like show the front of the cards with a big image, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yep.
And it's also like putting weird code as the name. I don't know if you've
Yeah, what's
seen
going
that.
on
Like
with
it's
that?
like I don't know, it's insane. Oh, it's because it's requesting the CSV and trying to put a CSV error, like a it's like HTML code.
Yeah, I don't think it's getting the CSV.
Well, because you stopped that static server also,
So
right?
let me just start that up.
tell Aider to like serve that file properly, like a real applicator.
Yeah,
How does router do it?
yeah, I want to move so fast, but we gotta stop and... All right, so this is coming from a different directory. And we have challenge model, pass, fail, grade, aesthetics, reviewed by, reviewed at, and notes. What
Because that's
we...
what we want to write to.
Yes, we want to write to this, but we also want to read from it
Correct.
to get the list. And we need to add to this another column, which is like is visualization or type,
Yep.
right? So there's like a bunch of different
Yep.
things to solve. Maybe let's just pull in this for now. All right, so with React Router, there is a public directory. Let me just drop this into the public directory. I'm just going to copy paste the whole file for now.
Yeah.
And we
Great.
can automate that later, copy it in.
And we're gonna need those images too,
Yes.
which we're gonna need to serve. Maybe my way is the right cool way.
Yeah.
Having talked through it, yeah, just have it run the
Or
server
you know what we
from the
could do?
results.
We could output this whole benchmarks directory into the public directory
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, good
of
plan.
Grader.
Love that.
So that's what I just did. I just did a copy paste, and we can automate that later.
Yeah, if we remember.
But there should be... See, if I add a slash here, it might just work. Let me
There you
add
go.
it.
That's way better.
Did it work?
And the images load. Yeah, at the very
Oh,
bottom.
no way.
The images load.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Nita says, woohoo!
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is what we need right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited. This is so cool. This is exactly right. I'm going to commit.
Select and not select.
I'm gonna step away for a second and
Sure.
make an espresso in celebration. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Awesome. I think I'm going to keep this one going longer until until we run out of energy. So I'll see you soon. Take your time.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely down to keep coding, but I need coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally. Totally. I got mine. All right, here.
Just take a break.
Take a break.
Yeah, take a break, honey. 5 minutes is 1 hour, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to take a 5-minute break too.
Can you check my microphone quickly? And then
Yeah.
go on?
Are you in Windows?
Yeah, I just switched to Windows.
Oh, this is terrible. You can't hear yourself.
I can.
Testing. I mean, it doesn't... Testing 1, 2. Oh, Windows. I don't know.
Okay, I can switch to Ubuntu. I was on Ubuntu.
Yeah, I can help you in Ubuntu. I don't know.
Just switch it.
Windows ones.
Yeah.
But is this like attached? Does it detach?
It detaches and I attached it.
So we gotta make sure that's in there nice and tight. That could be it. It wasn't in there that tight.
No, I tried all that jazz.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you reboot to Linux. I'm coming right back.
said hi to EJ? Which package friend? You said hi to EJ? And he sent you something flower or something, or not? Thumbs up he sent you. I saw it. It was coming like. Psst. You saw that? I love you. Bijou. Eyes coming. ऐसे ना मुझे तुम देखो चलो इसको okay so we started okay let's try
Oh, should I help you?
can you hear me
Sorry, say something again?
can you hear me
No.
now hello hello
Tina, excuse me, can I try? This is the problem. It's input volume down. Oh, you didn't go to your,
I did and I didn't check that input volume
go to your sound settings and check it.
and how it why that will be so high
No clue why. Now it should be fine.
basic stuff
So
it's
it's
always
always like that.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
can you hear me
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Man,
Welcome. Finally.
thank you
thank
Oh,
you.
hello. Good
Hey,
to hear from you, Nita.
Hey, Jay.
you're
You're right
right
here.
here
Can you
can
say
you say
hi,
hi
Christina?
this is
This is
Christina
Christina.
Hello, Christina.
Let me do the video.
we could take a little
What do we do
intermission.
next?
We could take a brief intermission and
Can you
show
say hi?
Nita's work because she's been doing some crazy stuff. Like you got this spinal
do it.
Say
cord to
hi.
show up,
What's your name? Say
We
hi.
were looking at this last week.
but this spinal cord is new.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Like I'm impressed. Holy moly! And then what? Neuron structure? Look at that. Neurons.
It's zoomed up. Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah, there
really
you go.
like Nita being a you know not relatively non like not a front end engineer, but able to make stuff like this is amazing. That's kind of what VizHub is about for me. It's
I
like,
think it would take even an expert a week or two to put that together.
yeah, right? Anything else we should look at from your profile page? Anything really cool here?
oh this is a
So this is a
consciousness
consciousness. I was like,
what
what
is
is
this
this? I just told it create something consciousness related to,
This one.
and click on that one.
I'm
And I'm like, how is this related to consciousness? So it is actually.
look at that
Look at that.
That's its conscious. This is a robot's version of a consciousness. This is
Yeah,
how
this
it
is
thinks about the
it's
world.
a neuron structure.
that's how it
That's how it thinks.
Yeah. Wow.
and that's
And that's
thinking
thinking
in green
in
This is
green.
so cool.
and I told it to
And I
create
told it to create
emptiness and it
emptiness
didn't
and it
create
didn't create
anything
anything.
That's a good one.
Well, I saw the phrase fork of consciousness, and that's a very, like, that is a very interesting
It's a good
turn of
concept.
phrase.
yes
Yes.
Fork of consciousness.
fork of
Work
consciousness
of consciousness. Oh, that's something.
I love the whole go back. It has a stimulate button. What does that do?
Yes, you can increase the energy and number of neurons,
and it goes
and it goes like
boom boom boom
boom, 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 boom.
I'm clicking stimulate.
So ask a question.
Ask a
No, they don't
question. No, they
work,
don't
but
work.
if you
But if
increase
you
the
increase the
complexity and
complexity and
energy,
energy,
so this is
so
like
this is
minimal.
like minimal.
See, the energy definitely does something. Whoa.
My friend works at a children's science museum, and imagining an exhibit where there's like two sliders, right? And you can just
Yes.
ask
Yes.
the robot to make something that has two sliders, and it can make all sorts of different things.
That's my
That's my
vision is like
vision is
next
like
year
next
in
year
Karina's
in
school,
Karina's school,
they have like
they have like
project
project
showcase and I
showcase
want to
and
put
I want to
Viz
put
up there. I'm
VizHub
gonna
there.
put
I'm gonna
big
put
screen
big screen
and a
and a
microphone
microphone and I'm
and
gonna
the kids
and the
can
kids
just
can
come.
just come.
It's a
It's a
elementary school
elementary school
and they just can
and they
tell
just
it
can
to do
tell it to do
anything.
anything.
Yeah, there's something really magical about that.
Yep.
Yep.
Because you're
So
creating
you're
something
creating
but you are
something,
not
but you are
doing
not
much.
doing much.
No,
And
you're architecting instead of engineering.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there is
And there
fun
is
part to
fun
it.
part to it.
Yeah, that's always the yes. Yeah, I love, and I think it's also taking the computer away. Me and Ian would always talk about the way architects work is with a model in the middle of the room, right? That everybody has access to. Like it's not like with a typical computer, it's one person is sitting at a workstation, everyone's standing behind them, right? So if you want to
Mhm.
change, you're like, hey, can you add this? Like it's way more interesting for everyone to be able to have the control to like touch the model and move a thing around at the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's totally right. Yeah, it's a crazy new world. You want to talk about some of these a little bit or no?
Oh, there is one
So there is
very
one very
complex one that it
complex one
made.
that it
Even
made.
you didn't
Even you
see it.
didn't see it.
Which one is it?
Let me see.
But do you really
Do
want
you
to
really want to
Yeah, we could show you
take your
stuff.
time?
take your time?
Then this
A
is
little
your
Then
bit.
use your.
Fork of a fork of a fork of a fork.
oh, I think it's in
I think it's
private.
in private.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
find
you
it.
can find
That's all
it.
right.
It's in private.
But this stuff is really nice. This is like explainers about Buddhism,
Krishna, wait.
Krishna, wait. She's
baskets,
not letting me do anything.
the basket of discourse, the basket of discipline.
These are really cool.
Right?
So I will
So I
make
will
this
make
one
this one
public.
public, and now you can
Wait,
wait,
Christina.
Christina.
There's a new one.
So it
So
should
it
be
should
there
be
now.
there
My
now.
profile
My
top
profile
one.
top one.
The page is having some kind of problem.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
Kristen, can you go
Kristen,
here?
can you go here?
Oh, the ecosystem simulation was good. I wonder if it crashed the server or something.
So the
So
Well,
the,
maybe let's get back to what we were doing. It'll come back eventually.
It's the problem with using your own tools is that you have no one else to blame.
Right. That's right. And it looks like something bad happened with the server. Right, we'll come back to it. But yeah, thanks for showing us that stuff. I always love seeing your creations.
nice
yeah,
pleasure.
it's pleasure.
I still want to see like the ingredients or like you got to like make a video next time you do it so you can see what your process looks like.
Me?
Me?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Okay.
great idea.
The one I
The
was
one
gonna
I
show
was
you
gonna
that
show
took a
that
long
took a
time.
long time.
Was it 3.7 thinking?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
always
I
use that,
always
but now
use
you
that,
told
but
me
now you
don't
told
use
me
it.
don't use that. It costs a lot of money.
That's right. Yeah, we recently did some analytics on the back end usage too and the pricing of different models inside the VizHub system. And 3.7 Sonnet Thinking costs like roughly 25 cents per invocation. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot.
That's
But
why I use Cursor. I'm pretty sure it reminds me of Uber in like 2015. I'm pretty sure Cursor is paying for a lot of my 3.7 usage right now, like
yeah,
out of their VC money.
right. Okay, so here's where we're at. I made a commit, so we're good to go there. And we're trying to serve.
We should do like if there's no image, if it's not a visualization, don't put it in our grid. You're
Yes,
ruining our
Oh,
grid.
that's right.
oh,
That's right.
yep.
And that comes to the generation of
Yeah, we don't put it
results.csv.
in the CSV if it's not a visualization.
Exactly. So that brings us back to the benchmarks runner or something like
Yeah, it might
this.
be in core.
One of these will write the CSV, FS. This is serving. What's the one that writes the CSV? Ah, right.
I think you want core. Or yeah, I think you want core is the greater stuff. Look for CSV.
Write results to
Right
CSV.
results.
Nice. There it is. Updated results. Okay, great. What is going on here? This is a post. Oh, EJ, looks like you implemented the 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 post API
You click here.
like once we grade.
Yeah.
No recollection of doing that.
But that's what's going on here, I think.
Oh, I send the challenge as opposed to the server which runs it. I don't love all this. Hey, visualization. Yeah, now we're talking. Yeah. Good stuff.
Here it is.
That's sorry, this is from the grader, I think. No, maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, I don't
Right
know.
results. No, I think you're no, this is right. This is right. But we just need to do we have a challenge result if challenge result is not visualization or whatever, right? Like we have the data
Yeah.
that we need at this juncture.
So challenge result needs to have
No, it doesn't even have it on the type.
type from
Type.
challenge. So somehow we need
Hey, just put type in there, I guess, so we can figure
to
out where we
put
make it.
type. Yeah, type is code
Yep.
visualization. And then like where are we creating the challenge result from the challenge? Yeah, I look forward to spending a lot of time with this repo because after your PR, there's like a lot of new stuff, and there could be like duplicated things.
Well, I think we just want I want to write a bunch of fun challenges. Like once we get it running, I really want
Yeah.
to test them out. Like I personally am just curious how far we can push them in an
Yes,
automated way.
that's right.
Go watch TV.
Hey, would you mind muting yourself?
Yes.
Telling a kid to watch TV. Um, yeah. So what calls this? I think this could
Search
be.
for that challenge results type instead.
This
I
is
think,
it.
right?
Here it is. Challenge results. Here it is. Here it is. So results. I'm looking for like a result dot push. Here it is. Here it is. We just need to
Nice.
propagate the type.
Yeah, challenge type is
Type is
challenge dot type.
challenge dot type.
Exactly. Beautiful.
And then now
Beautiful.
all I need to do is run npm run
Benchmark?
benchmark maybe.
Greater? Might be greater. I don't know.
I want to run the benchmark to update the output CSV. It
How did
looks like,
Quasar do?
yeah, I added Quasar to the list. You know what? It is actually somehow not using my cache.
It's, yeah, it's rerunning it, it seems like.
Yeah. Hold on. I don't want to actually call out to Open Router for all those things. You know what I did is I just moved everything to the Grader app in kind of a rush.
Right, you might want to move the cache in, huh?
No, I don't need that. So I'm going to put that back over here. Now it should only be actually executing for the Quasar one. Yeah, see now it's speeding through because it's all cached except Quasar Alpha. Yeah, I heard it did pretty well on the Aider benchmarks. Like it's up there for coding, whatever it is, whoever is behind it. Oh, look at that. I didn't have the new one you added is not cached on my system, so it's actually running.
The stock price chart?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so this is actually running the stock price chart challenge on Quasar Alpha, which is amazing. I want to see the results.
Yeah, I hope it's super dope.
It's taken a while. All right, it did. It worked.
Fun, 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 fun.
And then I will just copy the whole benchmarks directory into here. I'll delete the old one, make a new one. And that one we can just
go into package.json and make like a CP script or something.
That's right. That's right.
Or...
Yes. So after we run benchmark. Oh, sorry, that's the Grader app package JSON. Benchmark.
Yeah, exactly. Copy benchmark.
And then
benchmark copy. Oh, okay, yeah. That's even
I'll
cooler.
just append it to this, like cp-r.
Yeah.
/benchmarks.
Sure.
Grader app public. And to be
benchmarks.
To be improved.
I guess that works. Yeah, that's how CP works, right?
I think it'll put it in the right spot.
It'll put it in public.
Yeah, I'm going to delete it and test this script now.
Okie.
So I should run npm benchmark again, and
it should be super fast because everything's cached.
Exactly, exactly. Shout out to LangChain for the cool cache. Oh, but it's still going to run Puppeteer over everything, but that's okay.
It's okay, we want to see what it looks like.
But that's another opportunity for caching. We could cache it based on a SHA sum of
cache the images.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and there it is under public. Big. Hooray!
Big.
So then cd a Grader app, which I think maybe next time I'll just keep this running. npm run dev. There we go. Oh, but it's on the... Hold on. It's the wrong monitor sometimes. There we go. This is the Quasar result.
Yeah, it's funny. It's the only one that doesn't have errors if you look at all of them.
Really? Yeah. Would you look at that? And now this is looking correct.
Yep. Toggle code doesn't work for any of them.
Let's just remove toggle code.
Yeah, I could concur. Remove toggle code and remove non-viz ones.
Remove toggle code entirely. And then, yeah, filter on... Okay, that's gone. Nice. And then I want to find where where is it processing that CSV? Or maybe I don't even need to know. Filter on type equals visualization for the challenge.
We'll tell it that we want to show visualization and don't show everything else.
Or I think it was visualization, or was it visual?
No, it's visualization, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Let's try that. So what's your first impression of Aider?
Seems pretty cool. It seems very similar to Claude Desktop, which I really like.
Yeah, it is pretty similar, I think, to Claude Desktop. I haven't tried for the
Claude
record.
Code, I confused the two.
I haven't tried Claude Code, but I heard good things. All right, now we might have to actually just go in and see what the real data looks like.
A console log.
And you know, there's a thing, ask.
Challenge.
In Aider, there's a thing called ask, where you're like, what file is loading the CSV? And it will tell you.
Home.
So let's open that up. What kind of sketchy parsing is this?
Yeah, I don't love it. We could use CS or D3, DSV maybe.
Use D3.
Yeah.
To parse the CSV.
And filter out non-visualization.
Yeah, I think the filtering logic is there. It's there. But the parsing logic,
cool.
I think,
It just
got
needs to
messed
parse.
up because
That makes sense.
it was
Also,
brittle.
maybe our writing logic.
So the npm install step needs to happen in a different directory. So I'm going to say, don't execute that for me. But it could, because it's just not in the right directory. So cd greater app, and then we need to run those things. And then I need to restart the greater app server. Or maybe I don't. Look, it's smart enough.
Yeah, just reloaded.
All right, what do we got? I'll just debug this filtering. Console log data.
Nice.
We're not getting... We're not getting type for some reason.
It's probably not in the CSV if you go look at that CSV.
Yeah. That's a shame, because I thought we made that change. Actually, we never validated that it ended up in the CSV.
Yeah, but as funky as our parsing was, our writing was equally funky. Such that we probably have an extra comma or something. Yeah, I mean, like we...
Yep, I know. So where was that? That was in source benchmarks.
I'm sure most of it is in core. Yeah, exactly.
Results.push.
Right. And then you want a CSV write or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Write results to CSV, I bet, is whack.
Yeah, let's fix
dumb.
that. So over in Aider, I'm going to drop everything out of the context and then add this other one. And it sometimes gets messed up, like that should be there. So please refactor this to use D3 CSV format. Because, yeah, you're totally right. This is just not catching. And now I could run the shell command. That's a cool thing about Aider.
Nice. Yeah, this looks so much better. CSV format, that's a D3 function.
And then Another really cool thing about Aider is you can run things in it, and then that adds the
Wait, it didn't. Sorry, it's not writing type anymore. Still,
Oh,
you can add just type as r.type.
yes.
Yeah.
There we go. And then let's do the npm run benchmark. Hold on, what happened here? And so if you run commands like this from within Aider, then the output of those commands gets added to the context for the LLMs. So it's amazing for unit tests, because if the tests fail, it'll just automatically, like you don't have to copy paste the errors.
Nice. That is nice. I do spend a lot of time copying and pasting errors.
And then Aider has a config where you can have it automatically run the unit tests after each change. And if there are errors, automatically go back and try to fix them up to 3 times.
Cursor has that. They call it YOLO mode, which I like.
Nice. Yeah, that's a really that makes it really powerful.
The problem is with things like 3.7, he'll get himself in a loop. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like spinning in a rut.
Yep. And then it asks you, do you want to add all these tokens to the chat? Yeah, sure, whatever. So now it works. Look at
Nice.
that. We're getting the visuals.
That's way better.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, commit time.
Yeah.
All right, now I really want to add the thumbs up and the thumbs down.
Can we instead write to CSV as our like? Cause I might need to drop soon. Can we
All right.
like save a grade to CSV? We don't have a save button yet. You know what I mean? And then we can. Then the thumbs up is probably way easier. Yeah, I mean we could probably do both of them.
Yeah, I'm not totally following. Would you mind expanding on that a little bit?
Yeah, so right now you're able to select a rating, but nothing happens afterward. Like there's no way to save this back to the CSV still.
Oh, right.
So let's do that so that like we have the full loop, and then we can add the pass fail and have that show up in the
Love it.
CSV. And I think that's probably a good stopping point.
Love it. So yeah, we need to add an event handler to these buttons.
Yeah, to save the CSV of whatever you just changed, right?
Right. So like
And
once.
to bug you if you don't have a reviewer name.
Oh yeah. Reviewer name. Ha. That's awesome. Oh, so we're gonna have like a file that has a bunch of different reviewers. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, then you can just PR your reviews. Is my goal into
Right.
the CSV.
Right. I love that. Maybe we could even somehow farm out reviewing to the wider VizHub user base.
I think that's exactly right. You could have, and then I mean, not to, you could also weight different people's reviews, but you could have more minds in the Viz world
Right.
developing their own robot with its own sense of taste, right? Decided
Yes.
from as much corpus as possible.
And you know what? I wanted another crazy, just very quickly take a little detour. When I run edit with AI, immediately after the result comes back, I want to be able to grade that.
Yes.
And if it fails, automatically revert to the previous version, because right now I have to go in revision history, go back. And if it succeeds, store that in a database, which will somehow increase the ranking of the original Viz that it was forked from as a proper starter for AI, you know? So over time, the platform could automatically curate its own set of
So
templates.
do you have, what's your logging system right now?
It's through Auth0, which I don't love.
I would get set up with ClickHouse and just start sending as many events as you can to ClickHouse, and we can query that later.
ClickHouse. Whoa, nice. I have not heard of that about this.
It's where the cool kids are at for high density event level data.
Whoa. Yeah, I need something like this in general for the analytics.
The
But
it's comparable to like Datadog, or like you can self-host Loki and
mm,
Grafana, which I do as well. But some high density. The problem with Loki Grafana is that I have to have an R2 backend on it to store all my logs, which is honestly just pay ClickHouse to do it for you,
right.
frankly.
Yep.
But it lets you be free to send it every single thing you can think of, right? Like if your app
Yeah.
does a thing, put the user on it, put the action, and put like all the prompt, you know what I mean? And then you just have that data to query later.
Mm-hmm. For sure. All right, so I'm thinking ahead. We need to use this construct called server actions once we have something. So this is like a post handler, I believe.
Yeah, and you're gonna want a test and a reviewer and a rating, double
Yeah.
rating. You're gonna want
So
that type, whatever the challenge, review, or grade or whatever type is.
so I'm just going to add all this stuff to the context. And in Aider, if you pass it a path to a folder, it'll add everything in the folder. But then there's some stuff that's stupid like the SVG. So let me drop.
In, Sorry, I think Aider might be a bad name. Is kind of where I'm at. Does it not? It doesn't really roll off the tongue or
No,
feel very good.
Aider. It's kind of like
Aider. Let me just talk to Aider.
it's like you're I don't
I
know.
mean, I get it, wordplay, but whatever. I mean, I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah. And we don't I don't think let's keep it in there. Okay, so add an event handler. A click or yeah, add a click handler.
Yeah. Well, no, I would do it differently. At the bottom of the page, add a save button that writes all current grades to the CSV or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess that's a good thing to discuss. What I was thinking is as soon as you click the button, it would send the grade to the server and update the CSV. But you're
This is a great example. So right now you only have technical and no aesthetics. You know what I mean? So like you don't even have a full row to write until you
true,
select the second one.
true.
You know what I mean? And I also don't like you don't need to write every like you might want to change your mind. You might go to a fifth one and decide the earlier one was better. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a process of grading and then finalizing your grade is my that's my pitch.
Yeah. What's this? 1 to 5 shift plus
Imagine if a teacher, as soon as they graded their student's essay, they got a little ping of what the grade was, and then they changed it.
1. Right, right. Okay, cool. So it's actually already keeping track of the grades, and we just need a write button. Okay, I'm on board.
Sick.
And this is cool. What is this? Did you prompt it to do some like
Yeah, it doesn't actually work though, and it's also stupid because we have a notes thing, so you tab into it instead of the next one.
okay, so I'm just
I
gonna
want it to be like Vim. I want it to feel like Vim. Like you're like LL L1 K. You know what I mean? Like you like tap 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 tap, and then you have all your ratings in.
right. Okay, so maybe like below this portion. So in the lower right.
I've just been sending the AI my typos lately. By the way, I just like a drunk pirate. I'm just
Yeah,
like I
I
kind of just
noticed
kind
that
of
it doesn't seem to impact the results.
No, it knows what you're talking about. I heard it judges you. I actually saw there's a study that you get worse results if you send it with typos, but I don't care.
And wire up an event handler, a click handler that gathers all all the grades and console logs the result.
And saves it to a CSV?
I figure one step at a time because we don't have the handler on the server side quite yet. But once we get to the console log, then it's a one shot away.
Nah, you could have the user download it though, right? Like you could have a CSV. We could at least look. I guess you're right. You could log out. Who gives a
I don't know. I like to do like small increments.
I'm with you.
All right, that looks decent. Results.map.
Yeah, okay, let's
Let's
save
see
results.
if let's see if that works. Okay, it's in the bottom left. When I click that, it says current results. Amazing. But let's see if the grades actually come
Nice.
through. So technical 1, aesthetics
Yeah.
3, and then I hit save results.
Go on.
Technical 1, aesthetics 3.
Aesthetics 3.
Amazing.
You want to write a note real quick? Just for
Test note.
thank you.
It's there.
Great. Two
Now
notes
it's
fire.
test. Hooray.
Hey, there's no grader name, reviewer name.
Oh yeah. So if I hit save now, does that actually it's not
Hmm.
there at all.
That's fine. It can be part of the overall save after this layer.
Right. I'm gonna commit because this feels like progress. And Aider has another feature where it could commit automatically on each turn, but I don't like that. I
That's
don't.
fun. Yeah, that sounds insane.
I
That
don't.
sounds not how coding works.
No, I don't like to give up commit control like that. And
I
then,
do like to tell it because I have like commitment rule. Like I have a pretty structured way that I like to write my commits. So
hmm,
once I have like a dozen in there, I'll just have it write them because it knows how I like to format it.
right.
But I'll write the first dozen by hand. You know what I mean?
Okay, now make it save
Yeah.
that to a CSV file.
Yeah. No, to the CSV file.
Yeah. And I'll just give it the path.
Should it be graded results? No.
I
Well,
think it
yeah.
needs
I
to
don't know.
feed back into itself because if you could come back
Don't we
later,
load from this?
yeah.
I guess we could use that to show other reviewer ratings if you wanted to
Oh
know.
yeah.
I
I
guess
mean,
that's fine.
I think it should update this one. I mean, we'll have to work
I
it
mean,
out.
theoretically, we should have a database. We're really bumping up right against the point where you might want to be like a big boy and have a real database. But
Yes.
yeah,
And then I don't think it
I like the
knows.
idea of the ratings living in the repo and being something that we can collect because the rating data is as much a collaboration as any code. You know what I mean? Like having, I think that's important.
Hmm.
What you doing?
So I'm figuring out how if I need to give the AI more context for how to build the like a post handler. Because I remember this was something that was kind of a pain to unlock, but once I did unlock it, it was pretty easy.
Well, give it a shot.
Yeah,
Let it try while we research.
there you go.
Using middleware that, you know, what I mean, overwrites the existing CSV. Does it know how to look up things on the web?
No, but I could switch
Oh.
over to like Perplexity.
That's okay. But I would, if in Cursor, I would be like search best practices for React Router for saving files or something like that.
Slash remix. Or
Yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah.
I think
Those are good
it's
metric ones.
trained on remix. All right, let's see if that can.
I do use industry best practices or whatever, and that usually because there's always lots of options. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Oh, nice. It is doing it correctly.
yeah, that looks Flago. That was quite fast. You got an error though.
It's automatically fixing it. Wow, this would be sick if
Nice.
that works.
You need remix run React. Looks like.
Oh yeah. So we actually don't like that's not the right these should I believe all come from just React Router. And this is, a little bit of a pain point using something that's newer than the training.
I know exactly what you mean. I use this new animation library, and by the way, Anime.js just launched 4.0. I'm a GitHub supporter. Highly recommend. It's one of the most incredible. In fact, go look at the. I'll send you the homepage. Anime. It's like we should do a whole session on it. It's so good.
Oh, there's a password there.
Oh, really? All right, never mind then. I thought he launched it.
This is looking sick. All right, so if I refresh the page and say this has a 3 for aesthetics and save result.
Did it save a CSV? Whoa. Oh, wait, I see a 3 on mine now, though. Like it saves,
Really?
like it reads it back, and yeah. Yeah, look, I'll
Now
do here.
I'm not getting anything on my display. It lost the type field, maybe?
Hmm.
I'm just going to prompt it, make sure to preserve the type field when saving grades. And this is such a weird experience. It's like I'm flying above the code. Like I don't even know what the
Yeah.
code is.
I've been thinking a lot recently, it's like what my managers must have felt, right? Like I've had a few non-coding managers, and it's such a weird, frustrating feeling. You're like, just do the thing. Why can't you do the thing? And it's like,
Right.
you're like, you know what I mean? Like you
Right.
don't actually have any ability to change it.
Yep. So I'm going to rerun the benchmarks to repopulate the CSV. I think that's the right move. Which makes me think we should, oh, benchmark. Might be good to invest in caching the images because that's what takes a long time right now. Later. Or maybe there's a faster way to get back the CSV. I could have done like a git checkout, I suppose. This feels really close. I think it's going to save. I love these sessions where we move so fast.
Well, the robot, it's nice. I wish what we're missing, the last part we're missing is that my robot can work alongside your robot, and then we'll really have like
Right.
start because you know what I mean?
Yep, I
I'm
do.
still like in the back seat a little bit.
I totally get it. Yeah, you're not in your own environment with your own tools that you're familiar with. You're like on piggybacking on my.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
you're looking through a tiny window. I get it. I get it.
You know what we should do? I don't know if you've used mutation, but it's pretty magical. Um, we could theoretically have a mutation server that sits in between us that we both sync to,
Oh wow.
and then we could run our own bots on, which might be interesting and fun.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm trying to build VizHub itself into a collaborative space where multiple people could be using this edit with AI feature.
Yeah, yeah, that would be cool too.
Because like if right now it's not set up like that, but soon I want it to be so like if you and I, for example, are collaborating on a viz and one of us kicks off a prompt, the other person should know that there's an AI generation going on and should be able to follow the updates. But yeah, it'll take a long time to get VizHub into the place where it's remotely similar to using VS Code with Cursor or Aider. But that's the idea, long term. Okay, let me see if this works. So if I say 3, somehow it's trying to save when I click that, which is not right. Oh, look at that. It worked. Yo.
That's pretty cool.
So I gotta give this one a 0. I'm gonna give this one a. I really just want like ABC. Like this seems like I don't seems like too much. Like I want to fail it. I just want to fail it across the board.
Yeah, I stopped you. You were asking it for a thumbs down. We could probably go back to that, right? Like before we
Yeah.
even show, I would say hide all of our grading and notes and hide them until a user selects thumbs up on a thumbs up and thumbs down
Right.
binary choice or something like that,
Yeah.
right?
Or even like for the end result, I feel like this might be too detailed. Like all I want is A, B, C, and F.
Well, that's what it is modeled after. Zero is F, one, two, three, four is A. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nice. But hey, look, if I click save results, it refreshes and we have it saved. If I refresh the page, those grades are preserved. I'm happy.
Well, but we don't want that. We want each grader to be able to like go in and add their own. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to see your grades. I want to pull run the player, grade myself, add it to the CSV.
Oh, right. Okay, that's a slightly different vision because what I was thinking is if one person grades it, then it's graded and done.
Mm,
Because it's essentially I
I'm down
just
for that. Yeah, no, that makes sense too. Yeah, I'm down for that.
because eventually the library is going to get very large and we're just going to want to have a complete set of grades. But yeah, maybe there's value in multiple graders grading the same one.
No, I
Just
think it's fine the way it is now. Because then if I want to overwrite yours, I'll regrade it. I'll put my
yeah,
name on it. I'll do it as a PR, and you'll see it in the Git history of
yeah,
like it used to be graded this by this person, and then it's graded this by that person, which I think is enough, right?
yeah. And then like eventually we're going to feed this into the visual. That's what I want to get to, where we have like multiple challenges, pie chart, scatter plot, bar chart, and then get hard with you know stacked bar chart, parallel coordinates, maps, globes, like hovering.
That would be good if you could filter here by challenge, right? Because we're
Yeah.
showing stock price chart, it's the only one we have, but as soon as we add another, maybe it's fine.
No, that's right. Like a hierarchy, a visual hierarchy, or some way to navigate. Or what it
Oh yeah,
would.
can you ask Ader to fix my hotkeys and then we can wrap up?
Oh yeah, sure. Does it work? What's it supposed to do?
I don't think it works at all because the tab is not the right key for next result. Like if you should like tell it to make it like Vim like.
All right. I'm just gonna commit where we are now.
Cool.
Full loop,
Oh, loop indeed.
and then with Aider we got all the code, and then fix the keyboard navigation.
Yeah, and rewrite them to be more Vim style and not use tabs or existing hotkeys that the browser already uses.
This is where intuitively I feel 3.7 might be better at this.
I concur.
I'm developing a weird intuition about 3.5 versus 3.7. It's doing some stuff.
It's doing a lot of stuff.
All right, let's test it. Oops. Just feed that back into Aider. Come on, bro.
Classic 3.7.
Classic. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to go in and fix it. Stupid
58.
robot. All right, so it should be in here. This is where
You
the
don't even see. This is the thing. Yeah, like I. It doesn't need to save on every change.
no, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't save on every change.
That's what handle grade change does, though. No, or does it just change the local state? Handle grade change set results. I guess that's fine.
All right, there we go. We're back.
Hey yo.
So it says JK. Oh, that works. So JK is navigating left to right.
Love it. And then rating.
1. Ooh, it's sort of working.
That's cool.
And then shift 1, 5. It doesn't seem to be working at all.
Do you want to do letter grades and then shift letter grades or something like that? Like
Yeah.
A is like tell it to move to. It's fine to use the numbers under the hood.
Are you fine if I
But
remove the distinction between technical and aesthetic?
no, it's so important. It's like so profoundly important
Ah,
because one rates the code and one rates the vibes, and no one else is rating the vibes of like, does this make things that are cool data visualizations? It's one thing to make a bar chart. If we get one that like puts a little flavor on it, rounds the corners, adds some color, right? Like I
right.
want to have a way to capture that.
Yeah. Totally.
Because I bet you that we find models with high aesthetics and low technical, and high technical and low aesthetics, and then we marry them, right?
Right.
No D.
No D.
I was A plus
You
A
want
B
a
C
D?
D. Yeah, A
Yeah,
plus though, because we have five.
A
F
plus. And you know,
B C
sometimes
D.
I do want to give it A plus. Like when something
Yeah,
really is killer.
because we have five, six right now.
Maybe
Cool.
these
Oh, and
should
fix the
be,
hotkeys.
yeah. So what's it supposed to be? Technical grade 1. All right. Right
You have to
now,
hold down the key and then press save.
when I hit 1, 2, 3, etc., it
I would
flashes.
just be like, dog, you fucked up the hotkeys. Make them good. You did a terrible job. Try again and don't do a bad job.
Yeah. Oh, it sees the issue.
They are
That's nice.
momentary.
Um, still problematic. I don't know what it's doing now. No, still no.
Oh, it's all right.
We'll get it eventually.
Did it break the clicking though?
Yeah, clicking is broken too.
Well, we do need that, unfortunately. I would just say like reduce and simplify. Do like as little code as possible to get the hotkeys and the clicking working.
Mm,
It's definitely 3.7 overcodes all the time. So it'd be like delete only, but via deletions only get this working again.
right. Oh crap. I feel like we're in a bad
Yeah,
spot.
your file, I bet it's around like 600 lines, 800 lines, I bet.
Yeah,
No, even less.
200.
Wow. Oh, but it has the whole app in context.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm inclined to call it. I'm.
I would love to, but it doesn't save or work. So you could discard all your changes, and then we could have where that commit is, I think.
Yeah. could check out dot. I'm gonna go back to where it was. And this is the place where clicking works and then save results works. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's fine.
that's a good spot. All right, so I might go to the. Let me just merge this in. Then we can, if you want to pick it up anytime, you can branch.
Wait.
Closure. I'm just drop like a screenshot in here. What's going on? Bro, my tooltip is... There's a bug in the GitHub UI. Where's my machine crashed? What is happening?
Yeah, like Copilot wants to take over everything.
It's got this stupid tooltip that just like doesn't let me... Okay, dismiss. Jeez. Okay, then I'm pasting the image. Are you on the repo? It's not like auto completing. Oh, there it is. No,
Let
you
me
did.
see.
It is there. Okay, great.
I think your browser, I bet you're running some 3D thing in the background.
Yeah, just close all my other tabs. So files changed 482. Uh-oh.
Well, we wrote all the benchmark files and stuff.
Yeah. That's right. I'm fine to keep it, and we'll eventually clean up the repo. And like, I don't know, I kind of want to have the cached LLM responses in the repo so that whoever runs
Same.
the benchmarks will benefit from that, but then it also clutters up the repo.
Yeah. I mean, it's another argument to like split this out to a submodule
Yeah.
just for benchmarks, because that's like
Yeah.
where benchmarks should live.
I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, this diff is like crashing my browser here. Merge it. Boom. All right. It's in. So, yeah, I'll probably, I might spend some time with this and iterate it, and feel free to jump in and let me know if you do.
I just want a REST endpoint to tell the robot to make stuff, because
Yes.
Artie's about ready for that.
Yes.
So let me know when you have that, and I'll plug it in.
All right. Will do. Yeah, the first steps
It was a
towards
pleasure.
that API keys are here.
Go to coachartiebot.com. I just released this last night. Curious if it even works.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa. Whoa, cool.
It's a little choppy. I have to fix the performance on it, maybe.
It's cool, though. I love the aesthetic. Yeah. Are you going to try to offer hosted, Coach Artie?
No, I just want people to understand what I keep mentioning it, and I need a website to like explain what he
Totally.
is.
Awesome. Oh, that's cool.
I think it just goes to the GitHub repo, or maybe nowhere.
No, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yep. Awesome. Love it.
Some QA for you.
Yeah, it's a little choppy, huh?
I like the 3D, but yeah, there's some. It's kind of glitchy with the scrolling. It's not.
This is me experimenting with it. This is anime, by the way. Is the like scroll-driven thing, and it's an earlier version, so I should pull in the newer version, see if it fixes it.
Cool.
All right, dude. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having these. I'm gonna drop off.
Yeah. Thanks for
Let's do it
joining.
again sometime
Thanks
soon.
for staying
Of
on
course.
longer too to actually get some stuff done. This is amazing.
Yeah, no problem. It's at a point now where I can pick it up and me and my robot can iterate. So
Yep, for sure.
I'm gonna write some more challenges.
Awesome. All right, man.
All right.
Thanks
Have a
for
good
coming.
weekend. Have a good weekend, all y'all.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. How you doing, GC? Hanging out?